Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Candid Coffee. I'm Doug, and I'm joined today by Phil. How you doing today, Phil?
Good. Hey.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Today we are brewing up a new Costa Rican coffee that we've got. It's from Central Valley, Costa Rica, and it comes to us from Luis and Maricruz Salazar. It is a washed process coffee, and yeah, Phil was in Costa Rica earlier this year, and this is actually a single origin, single variety coffee as well. So that means, like, if you're thinking wine, it would be all 100% Merlot. This coffee is 100% Via Sarchi Arabica, of course. So Phil, tell us a little bit about how you found this coffee.
Yeah, so another coffee that we just got in, Hacienda Sonora, which we'll do another video on, is from Diego, a good friend of mine, Guardia, and he has started exporting other farmers' coffees. He's a well-known farmer there, a lot of connections, really well thought of, and so we were visiting some other farms that he was interested in, and he wanted to go visit Luis at Monte Brisas and ask him why. He said, just sounds like they have a lot of pride in their coffee, they have a lot of excitement about some of the things they're doing fully washed, almost exclusively, which is becoming a more rare thing in Costa Rica for the higher quality coffees, just because of the requirements for the amount of purification the water has to go through after the processing. So it's just cheaper to do honeys and naturals, processes that require less water. These guys were doing washed process because they feel like the area around them is best for that. It's a little more humid, and so that right there is one of the things that kind of stood out, is that they're choosing to do a bit more expensive of a process just because they think the quality of the cup is better. So
what problems does the humidity cause for, say, like honey process?
So to flip that, it's better to do wash process in a more humid environment because you have just less moisture around the bean to begin with. So if you have the pulp or the cherry left on the coffee, you're going to have like just a higher potential, if it's humid, for bacteria to start to grow, fermentation to start occurring. It's just less stable of an environment for fruit to slowly dry well in. So a washed coffee where the fruit is removed, the pulp is removed, it can be a little more humid because there's just less microorganisms can interact with, and less that can go wrong in that process.
Cool. Yeah, so we would expect this would be a pretty clean cup of coffee, clean tasting, not any like defects in there. We just brewed this up, it's still hot. Let's actually give this a whirl here. Yes. Oh yeah, that's nicer than earlier, I think, too, actually.
Yeah, a lot of like sugar browning type sweetness is what I'm getting. We were kind of tasting chocolate earlier, but I get like more kind of sugar browning.
Yeah, definitely. Caramely. It's almost like sort of caramely. I get actually some sort of black tea notes. But what would you say is the kind of, what is a quintessential Costa Rican coffee sort of flavor profile for people who haven't had 1,000 different of them?
Costa Ricans are mild coffees. They're going to be balanced. They're not going to be extremely bright, extremely acidic as a general rule. A lot of that comes from, in my opinion, as an opinion, but it comes from the fact that there's a lot more use of demuciligers in Costa Rica versus traditional fermentation tanks. So that kind of leads to less happening in what would traditionally be the fermentation step.
So for people who don't know, a demucilager is a machine that scrapes the seed completely clean of fruit, right, without using
it can be set to scrape it completely clean. It can be set to scrape it like leaving 10% of the mucilage, 50% of the mucilage, which is where you kind of get the designation of different honey levels. Yellow honey, red honey, black honey. Sometimes farmers will use that to denote how much mucilage they left on the coffee. But yeah, Costa Ricans are mild coffees. I think this is a pretty good example of that.
Yeah.
Fairly mild. It's got some, like I said, good solid sweetness.
Yeah. It's still really hot, and as it cools down, gets closer to body temperature, it's going to be a little easier to taste. Before and also now too, I'm getting a bit of almost a stone fruity, almost like peachy kind of aftertaste. It's going to really pop even more as it cools down. But yeah, it's not going to jump right out as a super fruity coffee. So if that's something that you tend to steer clear from, you're going to really love this coffee. By the way, I think we sort of subtly slipped the name in. This is a Monte Brisas is the name of it. We gave you all the other information, but that's the name of this one. Yeah, it's new. We should have it around for a while. This is going out in our subscription boxes, right?
Yep, initially in subscriptions in our shops, and then will be available online as well. So, yeah, I think it's great. I was really excited about it. On the table, Via Sarchi was cupping well in general in Costa Rica, so this is one of the coffees that I picked up that's Via Sarchi, and I think that it's good.
Yeah, super cool. And this, that sort of floral, peachy kind of peach skin smell, I think is like really coming out more now to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of subscribing, if you're watching this on YouTube or even on Facebook, jump over to our YouTube page, click subscribe down below. Also, if you want to see more of these videos as they come out, hit that notification button up in the corner, the little bell button. You'll get a notification when a new video comes out. And yeah, so we're always getting new, awesome, exciting coffees in like this all the time at Corvus. Corvus Coffee Roasters here in Denver. So tune in for the next episode, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Is that right?
Yeah. You made me go on the fly with the. Why is the human environment less ideal?
I thought it was gonna be a shorter answer. Sorry, I just.
Well, no, because I was like, oops, I wasn't prepared.
Oh God, I'm sorry.